We will stay on mute. We will listen to the speaker. We will raise our Zoom hands. If you want to speak, you raise your Zoom hand. Didi can see you. Okay. So please use your.
Teacher.
Yes, Samir. Yes, Samir. Go ahead.
फिर 15 तारीख का होमवर्क था.
I had sent it on the group, beta.
फिर वह अभी कर रहा है.
Okay. Send it by evening. 8 बजे तक भेज दो. Okay. चलो. Now. Thank you so much. Will do, beta. Send कर लो. Send कर लो.
मेरा आधा हो गया और आधा करने का है.
Okay. Complete it and send it by 8 o'clock in the evening. 8 is the latest. Okay. Nothing further than that. Try कोशिश करो 8 o'clock तक आप send कर दो. Now we will quickly revise the class norm. I can see a lot of you are still joining in. So we will stay on mute. We will keep our cameras on. We will listen to the speaker when somebody is talking. If it is Didi or if it is anybody else, we will use our Zoom hands if we want to talk. If we want to speak, we will be kind and we will do our best. We will do our best. I can see a lot of you are, best. Anush is all swag mode on. Okay, now how many of you like to listen to a story? Stories kisko achhi lagti hai? Quickly go to the chat box and type a yes if you like listening to stories. If you like listening to stories, yes, good morning, Anush. Okay, go to the chat box and tell me quickly if you like stories, if you like listening to stories or telling stories. Quickly type yes or no in the chat box. If you like it, write a yes. If you don't like it, write a no. Go to the chat box, write your answers. Go to the chat box, write your answers. Yes, so I can see Tejal likes it, Satyam likes it, Anush likes it. Shruti also says she also likes to listen to the story. I think there was someone who said they don't like it. Sonakshi said no, she does not like to listen to stories. They bore you, Sonakshi? Pag jate ho, bore ho jate ho, beta, it's boring. You like stories or you don't like stories? You like stories. Thoda thoda. Itu itu? Itu itu? Okay. Okay. Harsh, you like stories or you don't like stories? Show me on the camera, beta. You like it or you don't like it? Harsh Tripathi. You like the stories or you don't like stories? Stories अच्छी लगती हैं? नहीं अच्छी लगती हैं. You like them. Okay. So Shruti says she likes them with 2 thumbs. Yes, she likes it with 2 thumbs. Okay. Raj, you like it or you don't like stories? Stories अच्छी लगती हैं? Yes. Do you like it? You don't like it. You like it? You don't like it. What do you think? You like it or you don't like it? Raj Malik, do you like stories? You don't like stories? अच्छी लगती है stories? नहीं अच्छी लगती है stories. Show a thumbs up or thumbs down, beta Raj. Okay, now what we're going to do today is we will watch a story. Okay, are you ready? If you're ready to listen to a story, Aniket Maurya, Samyak, Sarvesh, Sonakshi, switch on the camera. Jaldi se switch on the camera so I can see you. Yes, Sonakshi, we're all set to watch a story now. Yes, we will quickly watch a story. Switch on your camera, beta. Set yourself up and switch on the camera. Didi is going to share screen. But before that, Didi is going to put everyone on mute so that we can have uninterrupted sound. Okay? अगर आपको sound नहीं आ रहा है, you can raise your hand or you can type in the chat box also. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my sound and then I'm going to go on my screen. Okay, what happened? Share screen. Okay, one second. It's loading, beta. Just give it 1 minute. It's loading. Oh, sorry. So Didi is going to show you a story that we will watch together. If you are not able to hear it, please write in the chat box. Huh? I'm going to play it. Wait, Didi is going to disable annotation. And then Didi is going to start her spotlight. And Didi is going to play the sound.
Nirnaiket, the thirsty crust story. One hot summer day, it grew.
1 second, children. I think there is some network problem.
Yay! Nirnaiket, The Thirsty Crow Story. One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty.
आवाज आ रही है हर्ष? Are you able to hear it, Harsh? हर्ष आवाज आ रही है बेटा? Are you able to hear?
He flew in search of water. But he did not get water. He was going to die for want of water. Yay! Nirnaikin!
Sorry.
The Thirsty Crow Story. One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. But he did not get water. He was going to die for want of water. Oh! My God! I am feeling so thirsty! At last, he saw a pitcher. He at once flew to it with great delight. The water was so low that the crow could not drink it. Then the crow tried to break the pitcher, but he could not. He tried again and again to overturn the pitcher, but he failed. But there was very little water at the bottom of the pitcher. He looked around and saw some pebbles lying nearby. He took the pebbles one by one and dropped them into the pitcher. The water reached the neck of the pitcher. The crow drank water to his heart's content and flew away. The moral of the story is, where there is a will, there is a way.
Now, one second. Children, we saw a story, right? Can somebody help me with some little details of the story? Okay. I want you to tell me who was the character of the story? Who was the main character in the story? कौन था main character? Yes, Shreya, I think you want to try answering. Yes, Shreya, go ahead. Shreya, go ahead, beta. You think who was the character? Main character कौन था हमारा? Who was the main character of the story, Shreya? किसके बारे में कहानी थी? कौन था हमारा main character? Shreya? Okay. I think Satyam, you can attempt. Shreya is not able to unmute herself. She's trying, beta. Satyam, go ahead, beta. Okay, 1 second. I'll unmute you. Okay.
Crow.
Okay. So the main. 1 second. Okay, thank you so much. So the main character was Crow. Thank you so much for that. Anush, can you please tell us where the story was taking place? What was the setting of the story? Location? What was the location of the story? कहाँ हुई
दीदी,
कहानी?
Forest.
Forest. So the story was in a forest. Okay, so the story took place in a forest. So can we say our character was the crow and the setting was the forest? Correct? Show me a thumbs up if you think this is correct. Okay. Now, Sonakshi, what happened in the beginning of the story? Beginning में क्या हुआ? Story के beginning में क्या हुआ? What happened in the beginning? Sonakshi, unmute and speak, beta.
Yes, Didi.
What happened in the beginning of the story, beta? Starting में क्या हुआ? What happened in the beginning?
दीदी एक क्रो था, वो ना घूम रहा था फॉरेस्ट में, उससे प्यास लग रही थी.
Very good. So this crow was very thirsty. He was in the forest. So हमारा character एक setting में था and he was very thirsty. He was flying in the forest. What happened after that? Shruti Maurya will help us. Thank you so much, Sonakshi. Shruti Maurya, what happened after he was flying in the forest? फिर क्या हुआ? Story के middle में क्या हुआ? What happened in the middle?
दीदी फिर उसे
Sonakshi, mute, beta. Class norm, please follow the class norm. There is somebody speaking, beta. Shruti Maurya is speaking. Let's listen to her.
उस क्रो को एक पॉट मिला, उसमें वो पानी थोड़ा नीचे था, तो उसको एक आइडिया सूझा, उसमें सारे स्टोन्स उस पॉट के अंदर डाले तो पानी ऊपर आया.
Time out. So हमारी middle में ये था. The middle of the story was the crow was flying and he found a pitcher. एक पानी का मटका मिला, which is called pitcher. He found pitcher with water. Now, Drona, you tell me, was there lot of water in it or very less water? Drona will tell us. Drona?
दीदी पानी बहुत अंदर था,
Less.
उसकी चोंच अंदर जा नहीं रही थी, इसलिए उसने स्टोन डाला तो पानी ऊपर ऊपर
आ
आके
गया.
उसने पिया.
Okay, so can we say the water was very less, Drona? Water was very less?
हाँ.
Okay, so water was very less. Now, Tejal, what idea did he apply to get the water above? पानी को ऊपर लाने के लिए what idea did he apply? What idea did he do? Tejal? Tejal? Unmute yourself, Tejal. क्या आइडिया लगाया? सॉल्यूशन क्या लगाया बेटा? What was the solution he applied? I think Tejal's internet was disrupted. Okay. I think Chaitra can help us. Chaitra? What idea did the crow apply? Crow ने क्या idea लगाया to get the water above? What was the idea to solve the problem of the crow? I want Chaitra to speak. You will have to wait, children. Class norm क्या कह रहा है? We have to raise our Zoom hand. So if you want to speak, raise your Zoom hand, but stay on mute, children. Yes, Chaitra, go ahead, beta. What happened in the solution part?
Didi crow.
What did he do? What solution? How did he solve his problem?
दीदी crow ना वो पॉट है ना, पॉट में वाटर लेस वाटर है ना, तो ना उसको एक आइडिया आया, तो उधर स्टोन पड़े हुए, स्टोन्स
Very good.
पड़े हुए, तो ये एक मुंह से लेकर उसमें डालने लगा और पानी ऊपर आ गया, वो पी के चला गया.
Okay, so solution was he put stones in the pot in the pitcher and the water came up, he drank water in, went away. So we saw 5 parts of the story. The first part Didi is going to share. 1 second. Everybody please stay on mute. Didi is going to put everyone on mute and explain what Didi wants to explain, and then we can go ahead with one more story. We are going to watch one more story. Okay, last में हम एक और एक story देखने वाले हैं. Now Didi is going to share her screen. And what we saw in the story was, Didi is going to switch on her spotlight. Yes. In a story, we see 5 parts. What 5 parts do we see? Didi is quickly going to show you that. Now, what do you see? Look at the pictures that Didi is showing. Look at the pictures that Didi is showing. Everyone, hocus pocus. Everyone focus. Hocus pocus. Everyone focus. Very good. Now look at the screen. Didi is showing you something. Didi ने कुछ screen पे play किया है. देखो क्या देख रहे हो. You can also use the chat box to write your answers because Didi can see everything. Yes, I can see Sonakshi saying crow, Vinanti saying crow. Very good. So we can see crow, we can see tortoise, we can see a farmer, right? Animals, birds, and people can also be what we call as the characters. Who are basically the characters? Can anyone guess? कोई guess करना चाहता है characters कौन होते हैं story में? Who are these characters? क्या करते हैं ये? What do they do? Anybody wants to guess? Yes, I can see Daksh wants to try. Yes, Daksh, go ahead. Tell me, beta. Tell me your response.
दीदी कैरेक्टर्स मतलब जो एक्शन करते, पिक्चर बनाते तभी एक्शन करते.
Superb. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Daksh. Now, just like Daksh said, a character is a person, an animal who takes part in the action of a story. जो स्टोरी में एक्शन हो रहा है उसमें पार्ट लेने वाला होता है हमारा कैरेक्टर जो एक्शंस कर रहा होता है. Now we will look at something again. Hocus pocus. Everyone focus. What do you see? चलो जल्दी से. What do you see? What do you see? I can see Shruti has raised her hand. Yes, Shruti, go ahead, beta. Speak. Come on, Shruti. What do you see, beta?
क्लॉक,
Hmm.
हाउस,
Hmm.
माउंटेन.
Mountain. Okay. Thank you so much, Shruti. Now, who was the character of the story we just watched? हमने जो अभी story देखा उसका character कौन था? Who was the character of the story we just watched? Harsh can help me out. Harsh, अभी जो हमने story देखा बेटा उसका character कौन था? Harsh Tripathi. Who was the character of the story we watched? अभी जो हमने story देखा उसमें main character कौन था? Yes, Harsh, please unmute. Who was the main character? Who was the character? कहानी किसके ऊपर थी? Who was the main character, Harsh? हर्ष कौन कैरेक्टर था अभी हमने जो स्टोरी देखा बेटा उसमें? Who was the main character in the story? Forest. Forest तो setting हुई, location हुआ. I'm talking about the character. Character कौन था? कौन? Who was flying? Who was flying? Who was the character, Harsh? Harsh, screen पे देखो बेटा हर्ष. Look at the screen बच्चे. Who was the character of our story? We just watched the story. हमने एक story देखा. कौन था character? What do you see?
Animal.
It was a crow. What was the name? What was the character we just watched? Crow. Crow. Thank you so much, Harsh beta. Please pay attention, Harsh. You look very lost sometimes. Please pay attention, bच्चे. Now, in the story, we also had a location. जहां पर story हो रही है, the place and the time. Okay? जो जगह पर story हो रही है, वो place या वक्त, morning, evening, afternoon, night, right? All of these time, these words will also tell you about the time. So time and location tell you about the setting. Hocus pocus. Everyone focus. Thank you so much, Daksh. So setting क्या होती है? A setting is the time and place that a story occurs. जहां पर story हो रही है और जिस वक्त वो story हो रही है, that is your setting. Deep, can you please help me out and tell me where did the crow story take place? Crow की story कहाँ हुई थी? Deep.
दीदी को स्टोरी डेजर्ट में हुई थी.
It was in a desert. Absolutely amazing response, Deep. बहुत अच्छा observation था बच्चा. बहुत ही अच्छा observation था. Thank you so much. हमने character देखा, हमने setting देखा. Then comes one important part जिसको हम storyline कहते हैं. That is your plot. So plot will always have a beginning, starting होगा, एक middle होगा, and then there will be a end. Children, this is important, okay? Please pay attention. So we have a plot. Plot basically tells you a storyline. It is a pattern of event that is happening in the story. उसको 3 parts होते हैं. एक starting होती है, एक middle होता है, एक end होता है. There is a beginning, there is a middle, there is an end. In the beginning of the crow story क्या हुआ था? Yes, Neha, what happened in the beginning of the crow story? Beginning में क्या हुआ था crow story के? Are you ready, Neha? It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Are you ready? Tell me what happened in the beginning of the story. Neha, story के beginning में क्या हुआ था? Sorry about that. What happened in the beginning of our crow story? Crow के story के टाइम पे thirsty crow में beginning में क्या हुआ? Unmute yourself, beta. Unmute yourself. What happened in the beginning?
दीदी कौवे मैंने पानी पिया.
Beginning में क्या हुआ था? Starting में what was the event? Character कौन थे हमारे characters?
Crow.
Crow. और वो कहाँ था? What was the location? What was the setting? Desert. Where was it? In the desert.
Desert.
And what was he feeling? उसको क्या लगा था? What was he feeling in the beginning?
उसको प्यास लगी थी.
Yes, he was very thirsty. Thank you so much for your response, Neha. So in the beginning, we had our character, setting, and his concern, his problem. Okay. In the middle, we saw how he tried to solve his problem. So I will ask Vinanti to help me out. What happened in the middle of the story of the crow, beta? Crow, thirsty crow की story में middle में क्या हुआ? Yes, please unmute and speak. Middle में क्या हुआ था? What happened in the middle of the story? How did he try to help himself, Vinanti?
Yes, ma'am.
How did he try to solve his problem? He was thirsty, he wanted water. Middle में क्या हुआ फिर?
Starting में.
Middle में बेटा, middle में. He was a thirsty crow. He was in the desert. He was flying, looking for water. What happened after that? उसके बाद क्या हुआ?
उसके बाद वो उसने ना पानी देखा मटके में.
Super. मटके में पानी देखा. He saw a picture with water. Now the water was too much or very little? Vinanti, the water in the picture was very little or it was filled? पूरा भरा हुआ था कि खाली था, थोड़ा सा ही था उसमें पानी? What was this water? Where was the water in the picture? It was very little or it is too much? Unmute and speak, Vinanti. Middle में we had a picture. उसमें पानी कैसा था? ज्यादा था कि कम था?
कम था.
Okay, so we had a very little water. Now this was a problem. He was thirsty. He wanted to drink his water. He was not getting to drink water. Sonakshi, what was the problem? Middle में what was the problem with the crow? उसकी problem क्या थी?
उसकी प्रॉब्लम थी कि ना प्लॉट में ना वाटर ना लिटिल था.
Yes, the problem was that the water was very little. So now how did he solve his problem? What was the conclusion or what was the resolution he had? I will take somebody else's help now. Samyak, unmute yourself, beta Samyak. What happened in the end? How did he solve his problem? Thirsty crow ने अपनी problem कैसे solve किया? How did he solve his problem, beta Samyak?
उन्होंने पत्थर डाला और वो पानी ऊपर आया, फिर उसने पानी पी के उड़ गया.
Superb. Amazingly said by Samyak that in the end he solved his problem by putting stones in the water. The water came up, he drank water and he flew away. Amazingly said. So in a plot, we have a beginning and a middle and the end. Another part of your story is, what do you think is happening here, children? What do you think is happening here? Look at the picture. Samruddhi will help me out. Samruddhi, इस picture में क्या हो रहा है बेटा? What do you think is happening in this picture, बेटा? Samruddhi, what is happening in this picture? What do you think is happening in this picture? इस picture में क्या हो रहा है बेटा? तीन लोग खड़े. What is happening in this picture?
दीदी लड़ाई कर रहे हैं.
Yes, they are fighting. So we can say conflict Another part of your story element is conflict. Conflict can also be said as a problem. कभी कभी हम कहते हैं स्टोरी में conflict था या problem थी. जैसे हमारे thirsty crow को problem थी कि उसे पानी चाहिए था and he found a pitcher, but उसमें पानी बहुत कम था, तो उसकी problem थी, उसकी conflict थी. Conflict is any of the problems that a character encounters in a story. स्टोरी में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम जो आती है वो स्टोरी की कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कही जाती है. So we saw four elements. The first was character, then we saw setting, then we saw plot. और याद रखो, keep in mind children, plot has three parts. Starting, that is beginning, middle, end. Okay, so character. Open your 5 fingers everyone. Chop 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 chop. Everyone open 5 fingers now. Okay, Satyam, 5 fingers. Let me check 5 fingers now. Satyam, 5 fingers open karo. Yes, let's open 5 fingers everyone. Deep, switch on your camera. Drona, switch on your camera. Sarvesh, 5 fingers khulni hai, 5. Sarvesh, 5 fingers. Sarvesh, open 5 fingers beta. Very good. Sarvesh ne bahut अच्छे से setup कर लिया अपने आप को. That's very good beta. Very good, 5 fingers. So first we have character. Everyone repeat. I can see you in the cameras. Bolo. Character. Then we have setting. सेटिंग इज द लोकेशन जहां पे कहानी होती है, जंगल में, पेड़ में, गांव में, शहर में. तो ये लोकेशन होता है, टाइम होता है, सुबह में, शाम में. दैट इज योर सेटिंग. द थर्ड पार्ट इज प्लॉट. एवरीवन रिपीट. प्लॉट. हाँ, बट अ प्लॉट हैज 3 पार्ट्स. अभी हमने देखा प्लॉट्स के 3 पार्ट होते हैं, राइट? अ प्लॉट हैज 3 पार्ट्स. द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द प्लॉट इज बिगिनिंग. तो पहला पार्ट है बिगिनिंग. एवरीवन, फर्स्ट पार्ट इज beginning. Plot का पहला part beginning. Then you come to the next part is called middle. Beginning, middle, and the last is end. We will repeat. Everybody please repeat so that we can have one repetition in the class. Beginning, middle, end. Yes. Beginning, middle, end ये बनता है plot. This is how a plot is made. After plot we have conflict. Conflict यानी story की problem. If there is a problem in the story. Okay, and the last and the final part is the end. It is also called resolution. जहाँ पे story में solution आ जाता है. A solution of the story, it can be called the end of the story. इसको कहते हैं resolution. This is called resolution. Everyone, resolution. Yes Disha, repeat beta. Very well done बच्चा. We will have one quick reminder. हम जल्दी से एक बार revise कर लेंगे before we go to the next story. Okay. Now Didi is going to stop share for a minute. I want to see if everybody understood. Let's have our fingers out. Show me the fingers. Yes, Harsh Tripathi. Unmute yourself, Harsh. Harsh, quickly open your fingers. First part. Harsh, what is the first element of the story? First element क्या है हमारा? Harsh. Look at me, Harsh. Look at me. I'll help you out. It is called character. Bolo.
Character. Bolo.
Bolo. Character. Second part is setting. Everyone repeat. Setting. Bolo. Third part is plot. Everyone repeat. Plot. Very good. Now plot has 3 parts. Plot के 3 part होते हैं. That is beginning, middle, end. End. अब ये plot over हो गया. Then we have conflict. Everyone repeat. Conflict. Neha, conflict. Fingers का है, fingers open करो. And the final end is your resolution. Repeat. Resolution. Everyone. Resolution. Okay. Now we will watch a story again. Okay, we will be watching a story and you have to keep your eyes open. Children, you have to keep your eyes and ears open. और आपको ढूंढना है उसमें हमारे कैरेक्टर्स, सेटिंग, हमारी प्लॉट क्या है, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट क्या था और रेजोल्यूशन क्या था. वी विल लुक फॉर ऑल द 5 एलिमेंट्स एंड व्हाट वी विल डू इज दीदी को हम ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग बनाकर होमवर्क ग्रुप में भेजेंगे कि दीदी जो हमने भी स्टोरी देखी, Didi is going to show you one more story. This story, you will tell me what was the character, what is the setting, plot, conflict and resolution. ये 5 चीजें स्टोरी की क्या है, ये आप ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग पे दीदी को होमवर्क ग्रुप पे भेजोगे. ओके, आर वी रेडी टू वॉच द स्टोरी? हम स्टोरी देखने के लिए रेडी हैं? आर वी रेडी टू वॉच द स्टोरी? शो मी थम्स अप. Quickly show me thumbs up. 1 second, children, 1 second. Just a second now. I just need to take a time. Okay. So now we will watch. Didi is going to share screen. Please stay on mute. Okay.
Subscribe to Sonic Octave's Kids channel and press the bell icon to watch new cartoon videos. The name of the story is Clever Fish. One day, a fisherman was fishing to a river as usual. He threw his net into the river and he just sat waiting there for fish to get in so that he could sell a lot of fish in the market and get some good money out of it. After some time, fisherman heard some rustle and bustle in the net. Thinking that he must have got a lot of fish in the net, he actually took out the net out of water. Then, to his dismay, he saw just one tiny little fish in that net. He grabbed hold of that fish, but then suddenly the fish started talking to him. Tiny little fish said to the fisherman,
Oh, fisherman, please, please, leave me. Please leave me. Otherwise, I will die. I will die out of water.
but fisherman did not give any attention to the request of the fish. But then again, that tiny little fish said to the fisherman,
Oh, fisherman, I will tell you something which is of your help. If you leave me back in water, I will tell all my friends about you and I will bring them near to the bank of river so that when you come next time, you will have much more fish.
Fisherman thought to himself.
Wow, that's not a bad deal at all.
He was thinking,
If I let go one tiny little fish today, tomorrow I will get a lot of more fish because this tiny little fish will bring all his friends to me.
believing the word of this tiny little fish, fisherman let go this tiny little fish into the river again. This tiny little fish was really happy and it swam away happily into the river, never to come back. Poor fisherman. He came next day expecting that there will be a lot of fish that this tiny little fish would bring. But that tiny little fish was very clever, and because of his cleverness, he saved his life from this fisherman. So, children, moral of the story is you have to be really, really clever to save your life from such challenging moments.
Okay. Now, who's going to tell me who was the main character of the story? There were 2 characters now. Okay, now tell me the character. Daksh, your turn. Characters.
Character, clever fish and
And
fisherman.
superb. Thank you so much. Now, Neha's turn. Neha, what was the setting of the story? कहाँ हुई थी कहानी? Setting of the story. Unmute. What was the setting of the story?
दीदी जंगल.
It was in the jungle. Where in the jungle?
देख
Where in the jungle? Neha, where in the jungle? Jungle में कहाँ हुई थी कहानी बेटा? Where in the jungle? What was the setting?
pond.
It's near the pond. Okay, thank you so much. Now Shruti Maurya. Shruti Maurya, what was the plot? Plot में beginning क्या था story का? What was the beginning of the story? It was a lake. Yes, Samruddhi, it was a lake. What was the beginning of the story, beta?
Beginning is
कौन थे? Who were they? Character and setting क्या थी हमारी? Character और setting इसमें डालो, beginning में डालना होती है. Character और setting को beginning में डालो. बताओ कौन था?
उस फिशरमैन को एक दिन एक फिश मिली.
Very good. Where did he find the fish? In the tree?
River.
In the lake, beta. It was in a lake. Okay, it was in a lake. Okay, thank you so much. Now Sonakshi, what happened in the middle of the story? Sonakshi, middle में क्या हुआ?
दीदी मिडल में हुआ कि ना फिशमैन ने ना एक फिश वन लिटिल फिश को पकड़ा था तो मैं
Okay, I think your network is a little problematic. Okay, so what we saw is we saw the story, we saw the setting. You will be sending me audio recording on the homework group telling me कि story के main character, setting, plot का middle, start, middle and end, conflict or resolution क्या था. Okay, you will send it today in the evening. Okay, audio recording बना के भेजनी है. चलो, Didi will be sending the link of this video also. Bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye everyone.